Hey everybody, Mark Comfort here. My wife Mimi and I live in the Parkville, Missouri area, and we have been a member of the YMCA that is called the Platte County Community Center North up in Platte City when we lived up in Platte City, and now we go to the Parkville YMCA, which is called the Platte County Community Center South. So not to confuse you today, we're going to call this the Parkville YMCA. And I've got Kelly Hrisak with me, who is the AOA, Active Older Adults. That's me. I'm active, I'm older, and I'm adult. Well, maybe doesn't think I'm an adult all the time, but one way or another. Kelly is hosting this spectacular trip to the Greek islands and the surrounding area like Ephesus, Turkey, that we want to talk about on a tremendous cruise line at a spectacular value. The cruise line's called Azamara Cruises. And so I'm going to turn it over to Kelly, and she's going to tell you a little bit about her and about why she picked this trip, and turn it over to me, and I'll talk about the destination and the cruise line. So Kelly, welcome. I'm thrilled to be partnering with you, and it's all yours.
Thank you, Mark. Yes, we're very excited to go on this cruise to the Mediterranean, to this historical site that I just can't wait. I'm so excited. I've always wanted to go. So yeah, I hope everybody can go with us. We're inviting members of the Y and non-members. So everybody is welcome. We're going to have a meeting at our next potluck June 19th. Mark's going to come and talk about the cruise, give you all the details. And then if you can't make that, July 18th in the evening at 6 p.m. here at the YMCA, also he's going to come and do a presentation, and you can ask him all the questions you have, and just get excited for the trip.
Well, if I can tell you, Kelly, you and everybody that goes with you is going to have a time of their life on this experience. And remember when I came in and talked to you and you were considering the Greek islands, I said, boy, if you're close enough to Ephesus, everybody needs to go to Ephesus. That's just a must see. I've traveled 109 countries, and I love history. History is my thing, especially ancient history. And the ruins at Ephesus are my second most favorite ruins in the world, and it's just amazing. And I've been there 3 or 4 times, and it's just mind-boggling in Ephesus. But I've been to the Greek islands too, and all of these spectacular places like Athens and Santorini and Mykonos and Crete and Rhodes. You'll see it all. I'll go through all that in a minute. They are just phenomenal places to visit. And there's no more luxurious and easy way to see all these different destinations, all these different islands than by cruise. And then we were able to find just, I got to tell you, one of the best values I've ever seen on a luxury cruise line, Azamara Club Cruises. You may or may not have heard of Azamara. We know them here at Cruise Holidays, and we love Azamara. So I'm going to go through this real quick, and then I'm going to turn it back over to Kelly. But let's see here. Oops. So there it is, the date. By the way, here's the other thing. Greece can be very hot in summertime. So going in September, especially late September, is an absolutely perfect time to go. Now, remember, we're not talking about this September of 24. We're talking about September 25th through October 2nd of 2025. And I want you to see that and notice that. It's a 7-night Greece intensive voyage on the Azamara Cruises, a ship called the Azamara Pursuit. Small luxury ship, pretty much all inclusive. Wait till you see it and hear about it. But I got to tell you, going to college at Mizzou, my favorite course there, seriously, was Greek mythology. I just love the Greek culture, the Greek history, the Greek mythology, and you're going to learn a lot about it, and you're going to see a lot of it there. So much of what the world is now started the way it did in the Greek islands and in Greece. So, and by the way, this is a 7-night cruise. We will have a 3-night or a 4-night pre-package. We've almost got that done, but because it's well more than a year out, we don't have all the pricing on it yet, but we'll have that. And that'll be optional. You can do that. That'll be in Athens, and we'll see some of the highlights of the areas around Athens, as well as Athens itself. So let me go ahead and go through that. Again, this is the ship. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful ship. It holds basically less than 800 people. I think it's 756 people on the ship. So the service is, the ship is known, the cruise line is known for great service. They're known for really good food, and they're really immersive. That's call it a intensive voyage. The other word that Azamara uses to describe what they do for their cruising guest is immersive, and they get you immersed in the cultures, and they stay longer at these ports. And because the ships are smaller, they can get into a lot of places that the big gigantic ships cannot get into. So 756 passengers. It's a beautiful, beautiful ship. We've taken a lot of groups. We sell a lot of individuals on this cruise line. And it's not very well known, which is the other reason why it's such a great value. They use agencies like ours and organizations like the YMCA at Parkville and Kelly to take guests on, but you all are going to love it. You're going to love this cruise line. Okay, here is the itinerary. We will start in Athens. You see on the top left-hand side, we will go to Santorini, Greece. And I want to tell you, again, being all over the world, Santorini is arguably one of the most spectacular places in the entire world. It literally is where they think the lost city of Atlantis happened, where the volcano blew up through the island, blew out part of the crater that was left. The ocean filled in, and the cruise lines, smaller cruise lines like Azamara, can come into that open crater area and be right at the base of the town of Santorini and Brea, that there's 1,000 feet cliffs up to the top. So when the first time I went there, I told Mimi, I said, I think I can see Kansas City from here. But to me, Santorini is one of the most beautiful places in the entire world, not just Greece, in the entire world. Then we'll go to Crete. And again, I don't know if you follow ancient history, but the Minoans, that civilization in Crete, goes back almost 8,000 years. 8,000 years, think about it. And you'll get to see and learn all about the history on the island of Crete, and it's really beautiful. Then one of my other favorite stops is the next stop, which is in Rhodes. And you've probably heard, or maybe not, but the Colossus of Rhodes was one of the ancient wonders of the world. And that's right where we're going to cruise into. It's at that gigantic statue of a warrior there in Rhodes. Just so fascinating. Then we will go into Ephesus, Turkey. And Ephesus, you will find, like I told you, the town is called Kuşadası. That's why it's there. But Ephesus is the ruins, and the Ephesians of the Bible. This was at one time the third largest city in the world. And because of the hot, humid, or the hot but not humid climate, they have the ruins have really stayed pretty fabulous. And because it over the thousands of years, there's only about 30-35% of the whole city of Ephesus has been unearthed. But one of the things that you will see as we go through, I'll show it to you, the ruins of the marketplace. And this is where the first library in the world was. This is where the first medical center, doctor's office in the world was. And it's got one of the best amphitheaters built, like the Roman Colosseum in Rome, but right there in Ephesus. And they still have concerts in there today. It's acoustically perfect. And that I promise you, that'll be a highlight. Santorini, I think, will be the second highlight. Ephesus, who knows? Athens might be your highlight too, or Mykonos, or Rhodes, or Crete. But it's a fabulous itinerary. That's my point. Then from Ephesus, we will cruise down to Patmos, and most of these will be day tours. But you see that they're fairly close together, so we'll stay in these ports of call a lot longer than a lot of cruise lines do. A lot of them leave right at 5 o'clock, so they don't have to pay docking fees. and they don't do that with Azamara. They stay longer. So from Ephesus, we go down to Patmos, and for those of you that know the Bible a little bit, the Apostle John, when he was exiled to Patmos, wrote the book of Revelations there. Again, it's maybe not the most beautiful island in the whole world. It's pretty rocky, a place where they would exile people, but the history in Patmos, again, is pretty spectacular. Then we'll end up at Mykonos, and there's a lot of people that like Mykonos every bit as much as Santorini, and it is special. You've probably seen the pictures of the windmills and the blue dome tops like there are in whitewashed buildings, blue domed tops, just like you'll see in Santorini. And then the ship goes back to Greece. So you see, we're very, very, very active. We're cruising most of the time. We're cruising not a lot of the time. We're in ports most of the time. So if you haven't cruised before, or you're iffy about cruising, this would be a spectacular itinerary for you, because we don't really cruise an awful lot. We stay on the ship, of course, but the ship stays in port every day, as you see through this very port-intensive itinerary. Okay, here it is, just saying again where we go to that I just went over. The picture on the left with the windmills, that's in Mykonos, like I was just talking about. And the fortress on the left is in, I believe that's Rhodes, if I remember right. But you'll see a lot of fortresses, castles, and spectacular buildings. The Acropolis with the Parthenon in Athens, again, first time I saw it, I just cried. I was so excited to see that. And so much history there. So there's the picture of the Acropolis. Is the meaning of Acropolis is the hill, and the Parthenon is actually the buildings. And there's 3 buildings, as you see there, 4 with the one in front. That is, arguably, it's as historic as any place in the world. So Athens will be a highlight. The other thing about Athens, we will be going to, at one time, it was the #1 museum in the world, right at the base of the Acropolis. And oh my gosh, you're going to be so impressed with that, the museum. I'm not a big museum guy, but this museum there in Athens is spectacular. Then again, in our pre-package that we will have, which will be more than likely, it's going to be 4 nights, because there's so many things to see within a day trip around or from Athens. Just so much to see, and we'll have that together, and that'll be optional for 4 nights before the ocean cruise. But if you don't want to do that, and you want to do just a 1-night pre hotel, and I recommend that strongly, at least do that. Hopefully you'll do the 4-night cruise. So anyway, the price is great. You'll see it all. There's the whitewashed, I love this picture right here. This is what Santorini is known for. The whitewashed buildings with the blue dome top and the cross, in this case, above it, which is a church. And when we get to there, I will make sure Kelly knows how to get to this specific building, but you'll find it, because there's always a line of people that go there. And then you see the island. That's the inside part of the island. And right over the N and the T and the O in Santorini is where you cruise into the inner part of the island. I kid you not, this is just spectacular, and you're going to love this. Then the town of, I can't pronounce it, Agios, Nikolaos, but it's in Crete. This again is a spectacular, lively seaport village. You see all the colors. I love this picture at night. And again, remember, we'll be at a lot of these places later on in the evening. And if you so want to go into town to have dinner in town, obviously the meals are included on the cruise. Shipping the meals are great, but if you want to go into town to have a dinner or lunch, you most certainly can do that, or just have a drink or a cup of coffee, cappuccino, things like that. You'll be able to do that, and the ship will be very, very close by. Okay, there again is Rhodes. This is the walled city and the fortress area of Rhodes that still stands. It honestly is breathtakingly beautiful. And if you look at the waters, oh gosh, you'll see the waters are spectacular everywhere we go. Okay, and that's Rhodes. You'll very much like Rhodes. Here's my favorite. This is Ephesus in the town of Kushadasi. And that's actually the library right there, the first library in the world. The building to the right is the first medical center in the world. And Kelly, what I want you to do is I want you to take your group, and it'll be easy to do, and get a picture taken of your group right there in front of the library. I've got it actually here in my office at Cruise Holidays from a trip I did with a group a few years back. And it's just breathtaking. Oh my gosh, you're going to love it. There's Patmos, Greece. So I made it sound maybe a little bit, like it's just a rocky island, but the good news, with all the rocks, they were able to build some gigantic fortresses like you see right here. And then the whitewashed buildings are very, very typical of the Greek islands. And a lot of that is because it was so hot in summertime, they painted it white. There's Mykonos with the windmills, like I told you about. Oh my gosh, this whole area is just so beautiful. And in my humble opinion, there is no better way to see the Greek islands, especially all of them, that you get to do on a cruise ship. If you do it via flying or via ferry, with flying, you had a lot of expense. With ferrying, it takes a long time to get there. So you'll get to see all of this in luxury and pack and unpack just once. That is a good thing. Now here is, this is actually called Piraeus. It's the port city where the ship docks, just a little bit south of Athens, the main city. And again, it's right on the water, as you see. It's so impressive. You'll be very pleased with it. Now let me switch gears from the destination to the ship itself. Like almost all cruise ships, the rooms are wonderfully nice and appointed very efficiently and fabulously. I think you'll be just real impressed with the accommodations, and there's many different accommodations. You see in this case, it's got an outdoor veranda. And if you've got kids, this is a place I would recommend you spend your kids' inheritance and at least get a outdoor veranda, because you will be able to be outside a lot because the weather will be good enough to do so. Actually, in summertime when it's so hot, a lot of people don't use the veranda a lot. But in this late September, early October time, weather will be perfect for this part of the world. Okay, this shows you just a little bit about the ship itself. I love the outdoor dining option that you've got there. This is very definitely a resort casual ship, so don't feel like it's stuffy or you have to dress up like crazy. It's resort casual. Azamara is really good at that. And yet it's classy as can be, like you see in the bottom areas. It does have a pool. It's a small pool. It does have a couple of hot tubs. Kelly, you could do your water aerobics, your Zumba there in that pool. That's what one of the classes that we take with Kelly is that water Zumba, aqua Zumba. It's fabulous. Okay, look at the lounges and the restaurants. Just beautiful. It's just a beautiful ship. Let me get into the pricing real quick, because it is a tremendous value. Gosh, tremendous value. When I told, I actually showed Kelly some land-based options that we had, and the cruise was less expensive than the land-based options. This is such an incredible value compared to this quality cruise ship in this destination. So the value is really tremendous. Remember, it's almost completely all-inclusive. So not airfare, but everything else on the ship. We'll talk about what it includes. But there are inside staterooms, and that's a stateroom with no windows at all. It's the lead-in price point, of course, on any cruise from $2,366. That's based on double occupancy. Then to get a room with it's a big ocean view. It's not the little portholes it used to be. It's the big ocean view windows. They're $25.46. The verandas are from $29.66, and the club veranda, which is just a bigger one on a higher deck, is from $3,086. All that's built based on double occupancy, as all cruise ships are. If you're a solo traveler, let us know. Kelly and I can help. Maybe if there's another solo traveler, we can get you your names switched, and you can find out whether or not people you think you could be compatible for 7 nights on the cruise. Okay, the first deposit due at booking is $585 per person, so very, very reasonable. There's a second deposit that's due in October 15th, and then May 7th of next year will be the final payment. So let's talk about what those prices include. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, if you're interested in a suite or something, really spending your kids' inheritance, let us know in the group department here at Cruise Holidays of Kansas City, and we will quote you what the suite prices are and show you where the rooms are. With your deposit, we can actually pick out your room for you and hold it for you. So the pricing includes all the drinks, and the drinks we're talking about alcoholic drinks, specialty coffees like cappuccinos, lattes, bottled waters, you know, all of that, they're all included. The gratuities while on the ship are included. There's a cultural event, and I'll tell you what, this is one of the things Azamara does that's so spectacular. One port, don't know where it is, they don't tell us, it's a surprise, you'll find out. They'll take the entire ship off and take you to someplace spectacular, and normally it has a meal, a lunch or a dinner involved in it, and all the drinks you can have. It's that's the exclusive cultural event. They call that the Azamazing event. There is a self-service laundry, and of course you can get laundry done where you pay for it and they do it for you. And the cruise and taxes and fees are included in this price. What is not included is your airfare, your airport transfers, travel insurance, and then other incidentals. So that's a big deal. That's a real big deal. And we will talk about, we'll do all the transfers for you, okay? And we'll give you your options. We are big believers here at Cruise Holidays. We've been in business 35 and a half years. It's a shame, but honestly, we've seen so many people have to use insurance before the cruise and during the cruise. So to us, travel insurance is absolutely critical. Okay, here's our staff. I took the picture apparently, and when you call us, if you want to ask more questions, you could call Kelly too, but we truly are the experts in this, so I'd recommend call us. Just ask for the Parkville YMCA cruise desk. All you have to do, our receptionist, when she hears you're interested in the Parkville YMCA cruise to the Greek islands in Ephesus, we will send that back. Actually, Lynette Talge in the front row on the right, or Ashley Faulkner will take your call and help you with whatever it is that you need. You can also email us if you'd like, or go to our website, groups at Cruise Holidays. CHKC is Cruise Holidays Kansas City, but groups at chkc.travel, remember .travel, okay? And at 505-1500, I think that's a very good number to remember. But Kelly, I gotta tell you, I'm gonna go back to this whole experience and stop it, and then I'm gonna turn it over to you. But Kelly, after seeing this, does this make you even more excited?
Yeah, I want to go now.
I know, me too.
Right. Yeah.
Well, the Greek islands are so popular. They're just so popular. And again, it would be my counsel. Kelly's going to send this out to many of you. And then I will be showing this exact presentation on the June 19th. There's going to be a potluck that day at the Parkville YMCA. You do need to RSVP, and you can RSVP to us at 505-1500, or if you see Kelly and you're at the Y, just tell her you'll be coming. She needs to know how many people are coming, and I'll do the presentation that day. But a lot of people, and Kelly's got a lot of people that this AOA group, Active Older Adults group, they travel a lot with Kelly, and fortunately through Cruise Holidays and Comfort Tours, and they like to travel, and they know that if they get their deposit put down first, they get the best selection of cabins. So the sooner you do that, honestly, the better. I will promise you that's the case. Then again, on July 18th at 6 p.m., we'll be doing another seminar. Now, this ship, because we're so far out, we've got 15 staterooms held for Kelly, and they will allow us to hold up to 30 staterooms for 60 people. But we're gonna let you know how we're doing with which categories are selling best, and then if we need to add more, we'll add more. But I expect this to be a complete sellout. It's such a spectacular experience. So with that said, Kelly, is there anything else you'd like to add to this?
I can't wait for everybody to join me for this spectacular trip of a lifetime, I think. So, yeah, just come to all the meetings and get all your questions asked. And yeah, definitely you can contact me at any time if you have any questions. And I was really excited. Hope you join.
And again, if you go to the Parkville YMCA and you see Kelly around, she's involved with so much there, and she's in charge of the AOA. She's the coordinator there. So ask her any kind of questions you have, and what she can't answer, she'll have you call us, and then we'll take care of it. But the other thing I wanted to tell you, there's not a lot of cruises that just do 7 nights. Most of them are 10 to 12 nights, so they're or longer. So they're honestly sometimes $3,000 higher price. So this truly is an outstanding value. And going in September, especially late September versus summer, the airfare is a lot less than if you go in summer. So I think you'll find the weather will be very suitable for you. The itinerary, I know you're going to love, and I know you're going to love the cruise ship. And Kelly, you're going to spoil everybody. They're going to ask you to do the same thing again, but to a different destination in 2026.
That'd be great. I can't wait.
Well, I appreciate working with you, Kelly, and the Parkville YMCA is such an asset to this Northland, the whole Northland area, and you guys, it's run so well, and there's so many fabulous classes. Mimi and I are members there. We know we go work out there all the time. We do Kelly's Aqua Zumba class. It's fabulous. So, and Kelly, how many classes do you do over a period of a week?
It's about 16, 17 classes a week.
You do that many classes and you still are the AOA coordinator because you have activities with the AOA group all the time.
Somehow, yeah.
You're a very active lady. Kelly, and is it okay if people invite friends or family from other parts of the city or other parts of the country to join them?
Yes. That's A-okay, yes.
A-okay, that's pretty good with the AOAs. A-okay. I love it. Well, Kelly, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I told everybody we would keep this to a reasonable time. Thank you very much for listening. And again, you can get a hold of our group department, Lynette, Ashley, or me, Mark Comfort, by dialing 816 area code 505-1500. You can check us out on our website. You can also go to cruiseholidayskc.com, cruiseholidayskc.com /groups, and you can find this on there too. And if you see Kelly at the Y or out and about at the grocery store, tell her you want to go or find out more information on this trip. Kelly, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Mark, for getting this together. This is going to be awesome.
Take care, and I hope to talk to everybody before June 19th, but if not, remember June 19th at noon for the potluck and the first presentation to the big group. And then on July 18th, we'll be doing that at 6 p.m., all at the Parkville YMCA. So thanks, everybody. Appreciate you joining me today. And Kelly, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.